Okay, I just wanted to cover some of the advanced settings that are under Other Settings. Now, a lot of these are going to be being moved into our system setup or presented to you in a series of questions. So if you don't see the same screen that I'm showing here, it's just because we've made more progress, which should be happening pretty rapidly. But in case there are some that have not been addressed yet, here's where you find some of this stuff. So meta keywords, for example, can go right in here. On all of these, if you want to edit them, you just select the line just by clicking on it. Just add a comma and keep going and make sure you hit submit at the end. Same with meta description. You can add extra item fields. We've actually built in some new ways of approaching this now, so this is probably not going to be used as often. Here's one that has been coming up quite a bit recently, which is, hey, I don't want them to be in alphabetical order, I want to put them into my own order. So you can change view items alphabetically to false, and then go into inventory and drag them into the order in which you'd like them to display. If you want more than one booking to be allowed in a single day with an item, for example, you have a mechanical train or a trackless train or a mechanical bull that's going to go out more than once in a day, this would allow you to redeliver that item and book it more than once. And in this case, we have the padding set up to 4 hours. So we say you can't book it again until 4 hours has passed, and that allows us to pick up the item, clean it, and redeliver it to the other side of town, and that gives us 4 hours to play with in that particular scenario. We have all of our contact information. All this is actually in settings, so you don't have to worry about this too much. If you want more than two categories to show up in a column, you can change that right there to 3. Depending on your template, that may or may not look good, so do look at the front end and experiment. If you're a performer, you can ask whether or not you want to know, you can decide whether or not the system will ask for a setup surface. Rental companies usually do, performers usually don't, so you can change that there. And so without going into all these, just know that there are more settings in this area, and you can take a look. For example, short notice warning. This is what comes up if they try to book the day before an event. Show items in bounding boxes. That's where you put a line around the actual box. Show the category titles. That's where our titles show up on top of your picture. But if you have a graphic artist that's built the title of your category into the graphic, then you don't need to use this. So you could set this to false, for example. And this is also where you set up your delivery window and setup times that are used in Routeweaver as your defaults. You can change these so that they reflect what you do more often if you wish, but of course those are all changeable in Routeweaver itself. So like I said, not all of these are going to be here necessarily when you take a look at this video, but if you're looking for something specific, you might want to check in other settings. Thanks.